Hello students, today I will explain the types of matrices. The different types of matrices are column matrix, row matrix, square matrix, diagonal matrix, scalar matrix, identity matrix and zero matrix. All these types are very easy to understand and easy to remember. Many of these types can be directly defined by their name itself. Now I will discuss one by one. First one, column matrix. We know that a matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers or functions in the form of rows and columns. That is, elements of the matrix are written in the form of rows and columns. Here, the name of the column matrix itself says that there is some special identification of column in this type of matrix. That is, the column itself describes or defines this type of matrix. How the column describes this matrix? The answer is, this type of matrix has only one column. For example, a matrix with 2 rows and only one column, or 3 rows and only one column, or 4 rows and one column. All these matrices have only one column and different number of rows. These matrices are identified by their single column. That is, here the column itself is describing the type of matrix. This type of matrix is called column matrix. Note that a column matrix can have any number of rows, but it should have only one column. Now, how can we define the column matrix? A matrix is said to be a column matrix if it has only one column. For example, matrix A has only one column and 4 rows. That is, the order of this matrix is 4 by 1. As it has only one column, we call this as a column matrix. In general, if a matrix has m rows and only one column, then we say such matrix as a column matrix. That is, a matrix with the element of the form Aij having the order m by 1 is called a column matrix. Note that as a column matrix can have any number of rows, it can also have only one row. For example, a matrix containing the element 2, only one element 2, is having only one column and only one row. As this matrix has only one column and also only one row, this is not a good example for the column matrix, because by this example we cannot identify the type of the matrix here. Now, next one, row matrix. Similar to the column matrix, row matrix is defined by its single row. The row matrix is a matrix having only one row. For example, a matrix with 1 row, 2 columns, or 1 row, 3 columns, or 1 row, 4 columns. All these matrices have only one row and different number of columns. These matrices are identified by its single row, hence these are called row matrices. Again, here also, a matrix can have any number of columns, but it should have only one row. This type of matrix is called a row matrix. Let us see the definition of the row matrix. A matrix is said to be a row matrix if it has only one row. Look at the below example. Here, matrix B has only one row and 4 columns. Therefore, it is a row matrix. In general, if a matrix has one row and n number of columns, we call such matrix as a row matrix. That is, a matrix containing the element of the form Bij having the order 1 by n is called a row matrix. Next one, square matrix. You have already learnt the word square in geometry. A quadrilateral having all four sides equal is called a square, or a geometrical figure with the four sides having equal length and breadth is called a square. Now look at the following example. Which matrix look like a square in these examples? In the first one, length is greater than breadth. In the second example, length is less than the breadth. Third one, length is equal to breadth, and in fourth one, length is equal to breadth. So directly by observing the shape of these examples, you can say here first two are not a square as their length and breadth are not equal, and the last two are the square because their length and breadth are equal. Now the question is, when will be the length and breadth of the matrices will be equal? Look at the first example. There are 2 rows and 3 columns in the first one. In the second one, there are 3 rows and 2 columns. In both of these examples, number of rows and number of columns are different. But in the third one, there are 3 rows and 3 columns. In the fourth one, 2 rows and 2 columns. In third and fourth, the number of rows and columns are equal. Therefore, their length and breadth will be equal, and hence they form a square matrices. Now the question arises that, can we write a matrix having only 1 row and 2 columns as in the shape of a square and say that it is a square matrix? The answer is no, because even though if you write it in the form of a square matrix, this is actually equal to a matrix of this form itself. It has only 1 row and 2 columns, that is unequal number of rows and columns, hence it doesn't form a matrix. Let us see the definition of a square matrix. A matrix in which the number of rows are equal to the number of columns is said to be a square matrix. That is, you can also define square matrix as a matrix of order m by n is said to be a square matrix if the number of rows m is equal to number of columns n. That is, if m is equal to n. As here m and n are equal, the order of the matrix m by n can be written as m by m because m and n are equal, and also it can be written as n by n. Since here number of rows and columns are equal, instead of writing this m, or n 2 times in the order, we directly say a square matrix of order n. By the name square, it can be understood that there will be n number of rows and n number of columns. So instead of writing n by n or m by n, we write a matrix is of order n in case of square matrix. Now look at the example here. The matrix A has 3 rows and 3 columns, hence it is a square matrix and it is of order 3. In general, if there are m rows and m columns, then we say it is a matrix containing element of the form Aij with the order m, because here m and m rows and m columns, they are equal. So it is a square matrix of order m. Next one, diagonal matrix. You also learnt the word diagonal in the geometry. If we have a square, then diagonal is nothing but the line joining top left corner of a square and bottom right corner, and also top right corner and bottom left corner. These are the diagonals of a square. Similarly, in case of rectangle, the line joining top left and bottom right corner, and also another line joining top right corner and bottom left corner are the diagonals of a rectangle. Now if I consider a square matrix, let us draw the diagonal for the square matrix. I will draw a line from top left corner to bottom right and from top right corner to bottom left. These diagonal lines passes through the elements of the matrix. Since these elements lie on the diagonal, we call these elements as diagonal elements. Now note that the diagonal line must pass through the element of each row in the matrix. Each row and also each column in the matrix. That is, the diagonal element must pass through each and every row and column, and it should contain element of each row and column. In matrix, only the diagonal joining top left corner and bottom right corner is of great importance. So we concentrate only on this diagonal and we neglect the another diagonal, and hence only those elements lying on the diagonal joining top left and bottom right corner are called diagonal elements, and these elements form diagonal of a matrix. If we have rectangular matrix, that is, which is not a square matrix, let us draw a diagonal to this matrix. Here the diagonal passing through two elements of the matrix 8 and 6. That is one element of first row and another element of third row. Now observe here, the diagonal doesn't pass through any element of the second row. Hence it is not a diagonal of a matrix. I am talking only about the matrix, not the geometrical shape. In case of matrix, the diagonal must pass through the element of each row and each column. Here in this example, it is not passing through element of second row, hence it is not a diagonal. Similarly, in next example, if I draw a diagonal, here the diagonal doesn't pass through the element of second column, hence it doesn't form a diagonal. Therefore, only a square matrix can have diagonal, and a matrix which is not square cannot have a diagonal. Now coming to the point, diagonal matrix, as the name itself says that this type of matrix is identified by its diagonal. What type of diagonal this matrix have? How can we identify this matrix? The main thing is, here in this matrix, all elements which are not diagonal, that is, which are not lying on the diagonal, are all 0, and only the diagonal elements can be non-zero. Let us see the definition of diagonal matrix. A square matrix B is said to be a diagonal matrix if all its non-diagonal elements are 0. Look at the following example. In the second matrix B, -1 and 2 are the diagonal elements and 0 are non-diagonal elements. As we know that in case of matrix, there is only one diagonal, that is from top left to bottom right corner, and 0 are here non-diagonal elements. This matrix is satisfying the definition of a diagonal matrix, therefore it is a diagonal matrix. In the third example, the diagonal elements are -1.1, 2 and 3. The remaining non-diagonal elements are all 0. Hence, it is a diagonal matrix. And also we know that only a square matrix can have a diagonal. So to define a diagonal matrix, first we have to consider a square matrix. Remember these points. You have to consider a square matrix. Only a square matrix can have a diagonal. Then a square matrix is said to be a diagonal if all its non-diagonal elements are 0. And one more thing, all the diagonal elements can also be 0. But here if all the diagonal elements are 0, we cannot identify that it is only a diagonal element. So this is not a good example for diagonal matrix. Also look at the first example. Here it has only one element 4 and we do not have another element, so that we can say its non-diagonal elements are 0. It is satisfying the definition of diagonal, hence you can consider this is an diagonal matrix, but by this example we cannot say that this is only a diagonal element, or also it do not have any property which describes the exact type of the diagonal matrix. So we consider second and third example as good example for diagonal matrix. Next one, scalar matrix. It is similar to the diagonal matrix. The only thing is it is a diagonal matrix, but it should have all the diagonal elements are equal. That is, a diagonal matrix is said to be a scalar matrix if its diagonal elements are equal. Look at the following example. In second example, all non-diagonal elements are 0. It is a diagonal matrix, and also the diagonal elements are equal here. Similarly, in the third example, all the non-diagonal elements are 0. It is a diagonal matrix, and all the diagonal elements are equal. In the first one, as it do not have a non-diagonal element, it has only one element, you can consider it as a scalar matrix also. Also it has a diagonal matrix. Remember that a scalar matrix is defined as a diagonal matrix with all its diagonal elements are equal. Next one, identity matrix. Identity matrix is a scalar matrix. Scalar matrix means it should be a diagonal matrix. That is, all non-diagonal elements are 0 and all its diagonal elements are equal, but here the diagonal element should be 1. All its diagonal elements are 1. Identity matrix is defined as diagonal matrix. That is, all the non-diagonal elements are 0 and all the diagonal elements are 1. Or also you can define it as a square matrix in which all the non-diagonal elements are 0 and diagonal elements are 1. Or you can say it is a square matrix, scalar matrix in which all the diagonal elements are 1. Identity matrix can be of any order. It can be of order 3 by 3, or also it can be of order 2 by 2. If I consider a 2 by 2 matrix, then the non-diagonal elements are 0 and diagonal elements are 1. This is an identity matrix. Also you can consider a single element. This is an identity matrix. Or you can consider a matrix of order 4 with all its diagonal elements 1 and non-diagonal elements 0. Let us see the definition. A square matrix in which elements in the diagonal are all 1 and rest are all 0. Look at the following example. The elements in the diagonal are all 1 and rest are all 0. Such matrix are called identity matrix. It is denoted by IN, where N denotes the order of a matrix. In this example, it is a matrix of order 2, so we denote this as I2. Third example is a matrix of order 3, so we denote it as I3. Or if we clearly know the order, you can also denote identity matrix in general as I. So generally we denote identity as I. You can consider identity of any order depending on the particular problem or particular situation. Next one, zero matrix. As the name itself says that zero matrix means here the elements of the matrix must be 0. So you can consider a matrix of any order. If all its elements are 0, then we call such matrix as zero matrix. So these are the examples of zero matrix. Let us see the definition. A matrix is said to be zero matrix or we also call it as a null matrix if all its elements are 0. These are the examples of zero matrix. Note that zero matrix can be of any order. It is not necessary that it should be a square. In the third example, a matrix is having 2 rows and 3 columns, which is not a square, or also it can be a square. So zero matrix means it is a matrix containing all elements are 0. No need to mention it as a square matrix. Zero matrix is denoted by this capital letter O. Now let us solve the example. Identify the type of the following matrices. Look at the first one. This one is not a column matrix because it do not have only one column. Also it is not a row matrix because it do not have only one row. There are 2 rows in this matrix. The next one will be a square matrix. Verify whether it is a square matrix or not. Observe here, this matrix have 2 rows and 2 columns. The number of rows and columns are equal. So you can say it is a square matrix. And remember here, it is not a diagonal because its non-diagonal element is not 0. As it is not a diagonal, it cannot be a scalar, and also it cannot be a identity because we define scalar and identity by diagonal matrix itself. And also it is not a 0 because there are elements in the matrix which are not 0. Therefore, the first one is a square matrix. Look at the second example. Here there are 3 rows and 3 columns. The number of rows and columns are equal. It is a square matrix. And also the non-diagonal elements are 0. So you can say it is a diagonal matrix. And look at the diagonal elements. Here the diagonal elements are not equal. They are different. So it is not a scalar matrix. It is a diagonal matrix. Third example have only one row. So clearly you can say it is a row matrix. In the fourth one, there is only one column, hence it is a column matrix. Fifth one, there are 3 rows and 3 columns. Number of rows and columns are equal, hence it is a square matrix. Non-diagonal elements are 0, hence it is a diagonal matrix. And also all the diagonal elements are equal, therefore it is a scalar matrix. So in this way we can identify the types of the matrices. So we have discussed 7 different types of matrices: column, rows, square, diagonal, scalar, identity and 0. Next, equality of matrices. When can we say 2 matrices are equal? Obviously when they are same. When will be the 2 matrices will be same? Only when the elements are equal. Let us consider the example. A matrix having the element 1, 2, 3, 4. If I consider another matrix with the same element 1, 2, 3, 4, then clearly you can say these matrices are equal, as here the elements in these 2 matrices are same and also they have similar number of rows and columns. Suppose if I have another matrix containing the element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now compare these 2 examples. Here the last matrix contain the element 1, 2, 3, 4, which is same as the element in the second matrix. Even though the elements are same here, the last matrix have some extra element 5, 6 which are not in the second example. So we cannot say that these 2 matrices are equal. They are not equal. Then when do we say the matrices are equal? Only when the elements of the matrices are equal and also they should have same number of rows and columns. That is, both the matrices have same order. Let us see the definition of equality of matrices. Two matrices A and B are said to be equal if they are of same order. Second one, each element of A is equal to corresponding element of B. The element of A must be equal to element of B, and also both the matrices of same order. Suppose if I consider example that a matrix containing element 2, 3, 0, 1, another matrix containing the element 2, 0, 3, 1. Now observe here, in these two matrices, the order is same. That is, there are 2 rows and 2 columns. Also, the elements in these two matrices are same, but the position of the elements 0 and 3 are different in these two matrices. Even though the position of the elements are different, we say that matrices are not equal. Then, two matrices are said to be equal only when each element of first matrix is equal to the corresponding element of the second matrix. Here, the first element of the matrix 2 must be equal to the corresponding element, means in the second matrix also you have to observe the element lying in the same position where 2 lies in the first matrix. And the element 3 lies in the second position, that is first row, second column in the first matrix. But in the second matrix, this element 3 lies in second row and first column. The position of the element is different, so it is not these matrices are not equal. Now observe the given example. These two matrices are equal as the order of two matrices are same and also the elements are equal. But in the second example, the two matrices are not equal as the position of the element 2 and 3 in both of the matrices are different. Now let us solve examples on equality of matrices. Find the value of x, y and z from the following equation. They have given two matrices are equal. You have to find the value of x, y and z from this equation. We already know that two matrices are equal, then the corresponding elements are equal. Corresponding elements means the first element 4 must be equal to first element y in the second matrix. The second element 3 must be equal to second element z. Similarly, third element x must be equal to third element 1. So by this equation, we can say that 4 is equal to y, 3 is equal to z, x is equal to 1. Therefore, the value of x is 1 and y is 4, z is 3 and z is 3. In this way, we can find the value of unknown variables if the equality of two matrices are given. Next example. Find the values of A, B, C and D from the following equations. Here they are given the equality of two matrices. The question is to find the value of A, B, C and D. As per the definition, if the two matrices are equal, then the corresponding elements are equal. So we equate the corresponding elements, that is 2A plus B equal to 4. Call it as equation 1. A minus 2B is equal to minus 3, equation 2. Only the corresponding elements are equal. We cannot equate the elements to any other elements in the matrix. Similarly, 5C minus D is equal to 11. 4C plus 3D equal to 24. Call these as equation 3 and equation 4. Now by solving these equations, we can find the value of A, B, C and D. Observe the first two equations. These two equations have A and B. So if I solve these two equations, I can find the value of A and B. How can we solve these equations? Look at the coefficient. In the first equation, the coefficient of A is 2. In the second one, the coefficient of A is 1. So if I multiply equation 2 by 2 and subtract equation 2 from equation 1, then 2A and 2A cancel out from these two equations and we are left with B, and we can easily find the value of B. Here I have multiplied 2 to equation 1 so that the coefficient of B will be equal, and I have added equation 1 to equation 2 and cancelled B from these equations, and I have determined the value of A. Observe this, I have applied the operation equation 1 into 2 plus equation 2. So let us multiply equation 1 by 2, it gives 4A plus 2B is equal to 8, and I add this to equation 2. Equation 2 is here A minus 2B equal to minus 3. If I add this, 2B and minus 2B cancels, 4A plus A is 5A, 8 minus 3 is 5, 5A is equal to 5, this implies A is 1. Next, to find the value of B, substitute A is equal to 1 in either equation 1 or equation 2. Here I have substituted the value of A in equation 1. 2 into 1 plus B is equal to 4. Then B is equal to 4 minus 2. This implies B is 2. Similarly, solving equation 3 and 4, we can find the value of C and D. How can we solve? Observe the coefficient of D in these two examples. In these two equations, in third equation, the coefficient of D is 3. In fourth equation, the coefficient of D is, in third equation, the coefficient of D is minus 1. In fourth equation, the coefficient of D is 3. So here, I have multiplied 3 to equation 3 and added the resultant equation to equation 4. Multiplying 3 to equation 3, we get 5 into 3, 15C minus 3D equal to 33. Adding this to equation 4, 4C plus 3D equal to 24. Here minus 3D plus 3D cancels. 15C plus 4C is 19C. 33 plus 24 is 57. 19C equal to 57 implies C is equal to 57 by 19, that is 3. Now to find the value of D, substitute the value of C in either equation 3 or equation 4. Here I have substituted this value in equation 3. That is 5 into 3 minus D is equal to 11, which implies 15 minus D is equal to D, that is D is equal to 4. Therefore, the value of A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D is 4. These are the values of A, B and A, B, C and D. In this way, we can find the values if the two matrices are equal. In my next video, I will explain operations on matrices. Thanks for watching.